Welcome back. Time now is 8:16. It is a beautiful Sunday morning, welcoming the first day of November. I hope you had a great Halloween night and maybe even have some leftover Halloween candy to snack on this morning. Desert Doppler looking pretty nice, but you do see those mid to high level clouds showing up and some moisture in the region as well. Otherwise, it's going to be a really quiet and mild day. Checking on the 13-hour forecast, we do see those clouds sticking around through most of your afternoon, landing in the mid 70s by around 11 a.m. and then through most of your afternoon, expect to be lingering in the low 80s. 73 by 7 p.m. and by 10 o'clock, upper 60s. Looking really nice today. Region-wide, those highs are going to be ranging from the low 80s to the upper 80s. Mesquite, you're closer to 88. Laughlin, 91, and closer to 85 for Pahrump. Death Valley looks like it's the winner for hottest region today at 93. You're going to see 79 degrees closer to Summerlin, and if you're hoping for a hike in Mount Charleston, going to be a chilly 65 degrees through the afternoon. Now tonight, cooling off into the low 60s once again, and some regions cooling off into the low 50s, likely waking up to those temperatures to kick off your Monday morning. All of these conditions above average for this time of year. Typically, we're seeing closer to the low 70s as we welcome November. Tomorrow's planner showing the cloud cover sticking around for us. Mid 70s once again by noontime, upper 70s by the afternoon. A really beautiful couple of days. As we get into Monday night, we're watching the potential for some light showers to push into Mojave County. I'm not expecting a lot of that to head towards Las Vegas whatsoever. No major impacts aside from just the extra cloud cover. It looks like that's going to clear out by early Tuesday morning. Now checking on the weather patterns, we have seen very mild conditions, high pressure in control of the forecast, and we're going to stay mild through most of our week. But here's when a big change starts to head our way. As we get into Friday, we see this low pressure dropping down from Alaska towards the Pacific Northwest, and that's going to bring in some extra wind along with some extra cool down. We're going to see those temps dropping from 82 degrees on Friday to then 69 degrees by Saturday. Expect to see those gusty conditions to usher in that cool down. Meanwhile, overnights dropping into the upper 50s and low 60s, and it looks like that election day forecast will bring partly cloudy skies and 83 degrees. Of course, when we have had 200 days without any measurable rainfall in our region, and then you add in the dry conditions plus the wind that we're seeing, of course that means fire danger. But hopefully today a weather system could mitigate that fire danger, because already this morning it looks like we're seeing some sprinkles and some snow showers. But a live look at our Mandalay Bay cam, we're just seeing that come through as clouds right now for most of the valley. We're looking at some temperatures right around 56 degrees for Las Vegas, upper 50s in Henderson as well, and Hoover Dam at 67 degrees. Kyle Canyon at 35 this morning. Bundled up. It is going to be a cold one. 10 degrees cooler than this time yesterday in some regions. Here's those sprinkles that we were talking about. We're starting to see our first chance of breaking that record-breaking dry streak. We could see some of these showers pushing into the Vegas Valley as we get towards the afternoon. And if not today, we'll likely see that tomorrow. Right now, those wind gusts are 35 miles per hour for Red Rock, even higher for Mount Charleston. You're looking at 31 for West Henderson, and gusty conditions going to continue through most of your day today as well as tomorrow. These winds ushering in significantly cooler temperatures. That cold front really hitting right now. A wind advisory going to be lasting just for a few more hours, expiring by 9 a.m. But that's impacting the west side of town. So likely if you're in Centennial Hills, Blue Diamond, Good Springs, you're likely seeing some of that wind with gusts possible up to 55 miles per hour. We mentioned a cold front that's hitting the whole state, including Sheep Range, because areas above 5,000 feet could see quite a bit of snow with up to 7 inches possible in some regions. So that advisory lasting until Monday morning. Now checking on the temps in the next couple of days, we are going to be staying very cool. Low 60s today, mid 50s tomorrow, and then by Monday we're looking at 55 degrees with that 40% chance of showers lingering into the first day of your work week. I think Sunday is going to be the greatest chance of seeing those showers. But here are some Futurecast models for today. We could see those light sprinkles pushing through with some cells bringing some stronger rainfall through the afternoon. Now with that snowfall, expected accumulation right around 3 to 6 inches is the most possible, right around 5,000 feet. So Black Mountain, Mount Charleston, you could see that Sheep Range as well as Mount Charleston Peak, of course. Checking on that 7-day planner, our overnights really going to be dropping as well. So by Sunday night, we're in the low 40s, and by Monday night, we're in the upper 30s. We may need to turn our heaters back on, guys, because we're not going to see a lot of warming in the next 7 days. We're going to stay in the upper 50s to the low 60s through Friday at least.
All right, Kelsey, thank you.
Welcome back. Time now is 5:13. We had a very exciting weather day yesterday with some scattered showers and some snow, but believe it or not, we are still technically continuing our record dry streak to 202 days without rain. Although so many spots saw some of that rain throughout the valley, we didn't officially get more than a trace of rain at McCarran Airport, and that is where it really counts. So today we have a better chance of seeing that come through. So we do expect showers today with only a daytime high of 55 degrees, and the chilly air is going to stick around for a few more days, including tomorrow. Today, though, wind is going to be a major factor as well. Checking out that Desert Doppler. Right now, we are starting out mostly dry and mostly quiet. We are just waking up to some extra clouds, maybe a few flurries for our higher elevations. And as I mentioned, the wind going to be a really big factor today. Starting at 8 a.m. and lasting through 4 o'clock, we have a wind advisory through most of your valley today and most of southern Nevada. Those gusts could reach up to 50 miles per hour today. Very strong winds expected to continue through most of your afternoon. We'll also have a winter weather advisory that's taking place now until early Monday morning. That will include Spring Mountains as well as the Sheep Range. We could see anywhere from 1 to 6 inches of new snowfall above 5,000 feet. So an active weather day. Here's what that looks like. This storm system diving in from Oregon to California and headed into our valley. Some scattered showers expected through the afternoon, and then it'll start to exit to the right as we wake up Monday morning, starting to dry out as we get into your work week. So tracking those winds today with those gusts up to 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour. But the good news is we'll start to see that die down as we get into your work week, closer to 10, maybe 15 miles per hour to start out your Monday. So while it will be cold, it'll feel a bit more comfortable because we won't be dealing with that wind chill factor. So one more very active day for us. Today could be the day that we finally see that record dry streak broken. We'll see 55 degrees by tomorrow with slight chance of waking up to a few sprinkles tomorrow in Mojave County for your Monday. Then we see that sunshine really starting to pull through. Taking a look at Tuesday, partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. We're looking at 57. And then as we get into the end of the week, we see that gradual warm up here. We'll be inching closer and closer to the mid 60s as we get towards next weekend. But in the meantime, we expect these overnight temperatures to stay very cold, dropping into the 30s and low 40s overnight. Welcome back. Time now is 6:13, kicking off your Saturday with a really nice sunrise, mostly clear conditions. Those temperatures still feeling a tad chilly in the low 50s near McCarran. You'll see 47 degrees right now near Nellis Air Force Base and right around 51 degrees if you're in Summerlin. Those gusts kicking up for the Colorado River Valley today, maybe up to 20 miles per hour for the late morning, early afternoon in the Vegas Valley. Otherwise, that should really start to calm down as we get towards the evening and into tomorrow. Over the next 6 hours, here's what to expect for your temperatures. Upper 50s through 9 a.m. and then mid 60s by around noontime. As I mentioned, mostly clear conditions, and those winds really not going to be too much of a problem for you today. This afternoon, our daytime high at 66 degrees, pretty close to where we should be for this time of year. Region-wide, you can expect to see those temperatures pretty close to the mid-60s in Boulder City, Summerlin at 64, and Red Rock at 61 degrees. So checking on that weekend outlook, you'll see a nice warming trend on the way for us. By tomorrow, we're inching closer to 70 degrees, and then by Monday, we're in the mid-70s and 8 degrees above average for this time of year. Now tonight, cooling off into the 40s once again for a chilly evening, mostly clear conditions. High pressure really starting to build in Sunday into Monday, and that is what's bringing our next warming trend. It's bringing us into the upper 70s as we get towards Wednesday. 77 degrees looks to be the peak of that warming trend. Even there, that's about 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of year. We are going to be staying dry with those winds nice and light as high pressure is taking hold of this forecast. Then Thursday and Friday, we see some breezy conditions returning to our region and a bit of a cool down here. We'll be dropping by about 7 degrees from Wednesday into Friday for a bit more of a mild weekend. Welcome back. Time now is 6:41. We are looking at a really beautiful weekend forecast. Temps in the low 70s for both today and tomorrow, with gusts maybe up to 15 miles per hour, but wind shouldn't be much of a problem. As we look ahead to Thanksgiving, here is what we can expect. Early morning temps in the low 40s, so we're starting out chilly, certainly worth a sweater or a jacket. Noontime temps, as you're really starting to get cooking, we're looking at upper 50s and low 60s by the afternoon. That daytime high right around 63 degrees. Should be a really nice day with no major weather worries as far as rain or major wind. Taking a live look outside, plenty of sunshine to kick us off, and we expect that to continue. Those temperatures right now at 36 degrees up on the mountain, 51 for Las Vegas and 55 for Boulder City. Some spots still in the mid 40s. Now, compared to this time yesterday, we've actually dropped by about 3 degrees in some spots, but we're up by 10 degrees near Hoover Dam, Boulder City, and up by nearly 5 in Henderson. Now, checking out Futurecast models, we do expect some mid to high level clouds to roll back into our region by the afternoon. Maybe a sprinkle can be possible, not looking too likely. We're looking at nearly critical dry conditions in the valley when you combine that with any gusty conditions that could be moving through the Colorado River Valley later on today. So it's likely that we're going to stay very dry for the week ahead. Now, planning out the next 6 hours, we'll be landing near 60 degrees around 9 a.m., 65, 11 a.m. And you see these wind speeds are looking really nice, 5 miles per hour. Daytime highs across the region in the low 70s. And typically around this date, we're closer to 63 or 64 degrees. So we're running a tad warm. That goes for the overnights as well. Low 50s is what we can expect. And we're likely going to be waking up to that for tomorrow before landing in the upper 60s and low 70s once again by the afternoon with nice and calm winds. So weekend, really not much of a problem. If you'd like to go for some cooler air, Mount Charleston is your spot in the mid 50s today and tomorrow, and low 50s by Monday, with those early morning temperatures starting out in the 30s. Here's a look at that 7-day planner. We are looking at a bit of a cool down as we get towards Tuesday. Mid 60s is what we can expect there. Then by Thanksgiving, 63 degrees, as I mentioned, mostly sunny skies, and our overnight temperatures dropping into the 40s. Otherwise, should be a really mild week ahead. You could see some brief moments of an increased wind, but not much of a problem there. Friday looking to be the coolest day with those temps in the upper 50s. Welcome back and happy Sunday to you. Time now is 8:14. We're waking up to a beautiful fall day with partly cloudy skies, and of course we're starting out nice and cool in the 30s if you're in the mountains this morning, at right around 54 degrees for West Henderson, Boulder City at 55, and Laughlin always a tad warmer at 64 degrees. Now these temperatures going to be landing in the upper 60s by this afternoon. These temperatures are a few degrees above what's considered average. Typically we're looking at low 60s for late November. Spots like Boulder City at 68 today. You'll see Southern Highlands also in the upper 60s. Red Rock at 64 and Kyle Canyon landing in the mid 50s. Now today's planner showing partly cloudy skies through most of your day, kind of similar to what we saw yesterday. Winds staying nice and light, so wind chill factor isn't going to be much of a problem. We'll see mid 60s by noontime, upper 60s by around 3 p.m. And then tonight cooling off into the upper 40s. So a tad cooler than what we saw last night, and you can expect to see these cooler temperatures to start out your early morning Monday. Here's a look at Desert Doppler. Pretty quiet right now aside from the cloud cover that we're dealing with. We've seen a parade of weather systems heading in, and the next next one, here's a look at futurecast models. Dropping in as we get into Sunday night, Monday is when we'll really start to see that dropping through. Not going to see significant impacts from that, but we do see some cooling temperatures. So the cool down coming from Monday into Tuesday. We'll be dropping from upper 60s to low 60s Tuesday, Wednesday, much closer to what's considered average for this time of year. So hey, if you want to get outside and enjoy these temperatures, Red Rock Canyon going to be in the upper 60s today, tomorrow, and then cooler on Tuesday. Some gusty winds on Monday night ushering in that cool down. Here's a look at that 7-day planner. I mentioned those low 60s are returning and they're sticking around for Thanksgiving. We're looking at a daytime high of 60 degrees for your turkey day. So expect most of your day to be lingering in the mid to upper 50s there. We'll see those dry conditions sticking around, but you may see brief periods of some gusty winds, particularly for the Colorado River Valley. Then we see those temps getting even cooler on Friday, upper 50s there, and you'll notice our overnight temps are also getting a tad more cool. We're looking at closer to the low 40s as we get into the evenings of Thursday and Friday. Very chilly conditions as you're stepping out the door. 37 degrees for Boulder City, closer to 50 near Hoover Dam, and Laughlin at 54. But you'll see we're close to freezing for West Henderson. So as I expected, that sunrise bringing temps down by a few degrees. So certainly worth a heavy jacket as you're headed out the door. Wind speeds not too bad right now, close to 7 miles per hour, 6 miles per hour for Las Vegas. In Laughlin, though, you are looking at those wind speeds up to 23 miles per hour. We've seen some sustained winds on those closer to 30 miles per hour, and we're expecting that continue through the afternoon. So if you're in the Colorado River Valley area, you'll see those gusty conditions continue. That dies down by Monday night before ramping right back up as we get into Tuesday night and Wednesday. Here's a look at what to expect over the next 6 hours or so. We'll be landing in the low 50s by 9 a.m. and then mid 50s by around 10 o'clock. Noontime temps close to 60 degrees. As I mentioned, lots of sunshine today, light winds. These conditions very close to what's considered normal for late November. Our average for this time of year is 60 degrees. You'll see north winds today, maybe 5 to 10 miles per hour within the valley. Across the region, expect to be landing in the low 60s, a little bit warmer for Henderson and Nellis Air Force Base, not by much though. And Futurecast models show we do see that light blanket of high clouds moving into our region, and that's going to keep us just slightly warmer tonight. Not by a whole lot though. We still expect to be landing in the low 40s overnight. And then we'll be pretty cool to start out tomorrow. 62 degrees is what we expect for that daytime high, and we expect to stay dry over the next couple of days. In fact, for the next 7 days, we don't have any measurable rainfall expected in that 7-day planner. So here's a look at that temperature-wise. We expect to be back in the upper 50s by Wednesday and Thursday. Low 40s turn into upper 30s as we get towards Wednesday and Thursday.